Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Milt here to do another movie review. This time I'm doing the movie title Star Wars: The Clone Wars. This movie was released 2008. I want to say around August 2008. And it was directed by Dave Filoni, who was the creator or co-creator of the Star Wars Clone Wars series. And this is the next official theatrical release of the Star Wars saga. This movie takes place within the Clone Wars series, which was aired on Cartoon Network. And George Lucas and Dave Filoni were the two people that put this project together. And before I get into the positives and negatives of this film, I just want to talk about just Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is a genius when it comes to the Star Wars universe. I think he needs to get his own standalone movie. I think he is a great visionary. He did the series Rebels, which I'll review down the road. I think he also does a great job of telling a great story. And he, really he sat under George Lucas's wing. George Lucas taught him, Star Wars. He really gave him the knowledge and gave him the keys to the series of Clone Wars. And you can clearly see that, even though this is George's last, swan song in Star Wars, Dave Filoni really did a good job of taking the reins and steering the ship. And like I said, I'll get into the series later down the road, but I want to review the movie. So again, this movie was released August 2008, and I'm looking here in my notes, and Matt Lanter voiced Anakin Skywalker, and it's an animated film. Ashley Eckstein voiced Ahsoka. We have James Arnold Taylor, who voiced Obi-Wan Kenobi. Samuel Jackson was playing Mace Windu again. Christopher Lee was Count Dooku. Anthony Daniels C-3PO. So pretty much this story takes place during the Clone Wars period, or era, I should say. And Anakin Skywalker is now a Jedi Knight. Obi-Wan Kenobi is now a Jedi Master, and he's on the Council. And yeah, there's this war going on, and now Anakin has somehow gotten an apprentice. He is now training Ahsoka. And I have to say that I was one of those people when I first saw this movie. I wasn't sure about Ahsoka. I didn't think I would like her, but she grown on me a lot, especially now with Rebels and whatnot. But this are the likes and positives of this movie. The positives. I'm gonna say that I like the voice actors. The voice actors are awesome. Matt Lanter, James Arnold Taylor, Ashley Eckstein. They all did a great job at driving, home these characters and making us fall in love with these characters. I think Matt Lanter does a great job of bringing out the emotion of Anakin Skywalker in this movie. I think James Arnold Taylor does a great job at, really, captivating who Obi-Wan Kenobi is. And then Ashley Eckstein, she's playing this young Padawan learner, Ahsoka, and she does a great job of playing a young, innocent, young Padawan who's being thrown into this galactic war. And it was cool to see that, because that's how I think she's 13 in this film. That's how a 12 to 13-year-old, Padawan would act. They'd be innocent. They would want to have adventure. They want to have fun. It's kind of like the whole Robin and Batman thing. Robin in the comics and even in the show when he's a kid, he goes in thinking that he's not going to get hurt. He's thinking like, I'm invincible, and that's how Ahsoka is. You clearly see that. But also she's willing to learn and really, learn from her mistakes. So that was cool. Another positive, I liked having Christopher Lee and Sam Jackson back. I love hearing those voices. I love knowing that, okay, this is actually connected to the film. This is actually something that's part of the saga. It's legit. It's canon. That's what's up. I already talked about Dave Filoni. He's another positive. I really enjoyed Dave Filoni as a director. He's a great storyteller. He knows Star Wars. And I have to give props to George Lucas for even bringing this series along, because I know there was rumors and talk for years about doing a live action series of Star Wars. And I know there was maybe over 100 scripts written for that show. And I don't know if that's going to even come into fruition, but I'm happy that George Lucas and Star Wars and Lucasfilms decided to create this series because we really needed something after the prequels were released. So that was awesome. Another positive, the clone troopers. Seeing the clone troopers in battle, that was pretty cool. Seeing how these guys have personalities. Meeting Rex, meeting Cody, meeting Fives. Meeting Trooper 90 or 99, the old thrown away trooper. I mean, just meeting all these different personalities throughout this whole movie. It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. I really enjoy knowing those guys as who they are, because in the movies we don't really see their personalities. In the show, George and Dave do a great job of fleshing those characters out and telling us who they are as troopers. They're not just clones that have no minds. They have personalities. They have opinions. So it's cool to see that and see how it's kind of like a Band of Brothers thing throughout this whole thing. You get to see the Band of Brothers when it comes to these troopers. It was nice to see Jabba the Hutt. I like Ventress. Ventress was a new character we got introduced to, Eventually, I think this was Venture's first appearance besides a micro series, and I might review that later down the road. But Ventures was really cool to see in this film. The lightsaber duels were pretty BA. I love seeing that. I like the music, and I know John Williams didn't compose his music. I honestly don't know who. Let me look right here. Kevin Kenner did the music. I don't know who that is, but he did a good job. And yeah, like I thought it was pretty awesome. No movie's perfect. I always say that. Let's talk about the negatives real quick. I thought the story was jumbled. Pretty much the story's about, Count Dooku and the Separatists trying to steal Jabba the Hutt's son, so Jabba can turn on the Republic forces and not let them use like his trading routes and stuff like that, right? Pretty much. And there's also other things in there about, you see Anakin's frustration with the Jedi Council somewhat. You see him becoming a Jedi Knight and training and whatnot. I felt this story was jumbled. I didn't like the story as much. It wasn't as tight. And you know what's funny, though? Now that I think about it, and even looking at it, back then, I didn't know that they were going to make a series until, weeks and months later. Turns out this story is an arc in the actual series of the Clone Wars. So it was shown out of place. And we shouldn't be surprised because the movies were shown out of place. But the movies' stories were so much tight. You understood where it was going. This, you're like, okay, is this like a one-off thing? What am I seeing here? And then now that with the Clone Wars series being out, if you actually fit this in the correct spot where it belongs, it makes a lot of sense. And that's one of my negatives about the whole Clone Wars series in general, but we'll get to that when I review it. Another negative has to be, like I said, the story wasn't tight. I don't know. I felt that they wrote Ahsoka bad. And look, I like Ahsoka now. At first, I was like, oh, this character's kind of annoying. But you know what though? They redeemed themselves later down the road. But in this movie, I didn't like her. I thought she was very like when she called him Sky Guy, I was like, what the fuck? Sky Guy. His name's Anakin Skywalker. Dude, call him Skywalker. And on top of that, I'm like, dude, he's your master. Don't call him Sky Guy. Now, maybe that's just me being just like a nitpicky SOB. But I was just like kind of turned off by that. I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of annoying. But whatever. I got over that. And eventually she grew on me, I didn't like how they used Padme's story. I didn't like Padme's storyline. Padme's in this that they're looking for Zero. Zero is the one that is Jabba's cousin, Jabba's cousin or uncle, one of the two. And he's the one that's plotting to steal, Jabba's son with Count Dooku. I thought that was kind of stupid. I mean, I don't know. Again, I can watch this movie and be like, okay, I thoroughly enjoy a lot of it, but it's like, okay, some of these parts are kind of, But no, that's just my negatives about the film. I pretty much like this, and I have to say this is good for Redbox or Netflix. This is a good Netflix or Redbox. Just because, like I said, it has a lot of issues, but it has a lot of good things about it. And I consider that a fresh score. I think, again, the animation is beautiful, the music's great, the characters for the most part are well done. They're fleshed out more. It's just there's some storyline stuff, some of the Ahsoka stuff, and some of the Padme stuff with Zero the Hutt. I didn't enjoy that much. I thought it was kind of convoluted. The story wasn't tight, and it is what it is. Like I said, this is good for Redbox or Netflix, so I recommend you guys to watch it. And again, I'm going to review the Clone Wars series coming up soon, and that's why I need you guys' help. Should I review it in arcs, or should I just do the whole Clone Wars series and what I thought about it, and positives and negatives like I normally do? Let me know in the comment section down below, okay? So there you have it, folks, my review of the Clone Wars movie that was released in 2008. What did you think about it? Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Let me know, man. Let's keep this conversation going. Like I always say, comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.
What up? Hey, shout it what it is. What up? Hey, shout it what it is. What up? Hey, shout it what it is. Little buddy, what you on? Some violent shit. Two-stepping late.